I
not
do
just
agree
about
with
flogging
you
people
that
and
the
making them work
threshold is
odd
different
hours.
for every individual. But for how long can an individual be okay with a 12-hour, 13-hour shift every single day? Also, when you choose not to hire manpower as per the workload, then that's why the employers are at fault. I want to go across to our other guests as well, but we've opened our phone lines. We want our viewers to call us and share their concerns and views with us. We have Dhananjay joining us from Pune. Dhananjay, go ahead.
Good evening. Ma'am, it is not the issue of only IT department. The private sector banks also use their employees like slaves who have to work for not less than 12 to 13 hours per day. The targets, in fact, I am an ex-bank officer, and with my earlier experience and present experience, I am talking to you. Nowadays, a particular assignment is given which is at the whims of the higher-ups, not based on any scientific methods. The deposit targets, advance targets, and the most funny thing, the recovery targets.
Okay.
If a person has to recover from a person who is defaulter, how he can be given a target? And for not obtaining that target, he is pressurized.
Okay, so you're talking about issues that the banking sector is facing. Like I said, Mr. Matthias, this is going to open a can of worms, and it has. Multiple issues now being raked up. I also want to go across to Richa Singh. You're a young woman, a working woman. Deadlines are set, and then there's only so much that an individual can do. A lot needs to change as far as the corporate world is concerned. Also, I think in the post-pandemic era, the work-from-home culture has blurred those lines, isn't it?
So for me, I think, first of all, thank you so much for bringing me to the session. For me, I think work from home and remote working culture works because I do not work at the front end. I do not have a target-driven working style. So if your work pertains to back-end work, I think we prefer it doing remotely and having some in-person conversations over there. But I think in terms of deadline, one particular thing, I have worked in multiple companies. At one place, I was struggling with the same kind of deadlines, while in the other, I was able to manage it well. So the difference was on the manager who was there. So if I am going up to my manager and saying some work is just not manageable for me, what is the kind of support that they are providing to me, right? So at one place, the manager was willing to bring in more resources, chime in some of the work, right? Do the reviews maybe alongside instead of just keeping it at the last moment so that I can rework it on the side. So that's the major difference. However, in the first place wherein I was struggling, there it's like it's your job and it is up to you how to do it.
So how cooperative your co-workers are or how cooperative your immediate superior, your boss is, makes a lot of difference. We have another viewer, Sunil, joining us from Hyderabad. Good evening, Sunil. Go ahead. Can you hear me, Sunil?
I have listened to your panelists. I have listened to the initial introduction of the program. I have a couple of issues. One is the companies that are being mentioned here, like Ernst Young and major companies, major multinationals, they should set a work ethic. They should be the lead model companies, not the exploiting type of companies. And the concept of higher working hours should be more an exception than a rule. If some urgent project comes up or something of that sort, then one can understand that employees are kept behind or made to work a little more. But once this should be only as an exception. Now I feel that these companies are exploiting the employees by using them to the full advantage, knowing fully well that these people will continue to work because of the job loss or whatever, or a bad review of their working. So this kind of thing, and how many hours are you giving for the employee's personal
Absolutely.
Work?
That's what we call work-life balance, and the employer has to play a very big role in ensuring that. Thank you very much, Sunil, for joining us.